how do you even begin to review nothing? Well, today we have the Nothing Ear Ones. These are a really great pair of noise cancelling headphones for around £99. They've got a really great design and some really good sound quality features, so let's take a look. So a little bit of housekeeping before we get into today's video. The ear ones come in both black and white. The white are very transparent, basically crystal clear see-through, and then the black ones are a little bit more cloudy, but they do still have a little bit of transparency to them. Both of them are going to set you back around £99 here in the UK, and they're available now, and of course will be linked in the description down below. And unlike when they were first released, they're actually pretty easy to get hold of, and the turnaround time on shipping is actually down to about 2 to 3 days here in the UK, so you can get them relatively quickly, and that's definitely a good thing compared to the hype that was around them when they were originally released. And that's kind of where we're going to start with today's video, is the hype around the ear ones. Now when they first came out and when they were first announced, no one really knew exactly what product it was going to be from this brand new company called Nothing. Now it's from the guy Carl, who actually was the original founder and designer of OnePlus, so obviously when he left OnePlus, everyone wanted to know what he was going to do moving forward, and that's where we get the ear ones. And before they came out, there's a load of information about it online, and even from the company itself, just to hype up the product as much as possible, talking about the design, who they're going to be partnering with, and also the fact that it may actually be a limited time run on the actual earbuds themselves. And what that led to is when the earbuds actually were released, they went on the resale market pretty much immediately. You had them on websites like StockX and of course eBay, and they were charging 2 or even 3 times more than the retail value of the earbuds themselves. Now originally they were very hard to get hold of and a little bit exclusive in regards to if you saw someone wearing some. However, now they're available for everyone, so if you do see them online and they're anything over $100, don't go there, don't buy them, head over to Amazon or even the Nothing website, and like I mentioned, you can pick them up for around $99. But with that little bit of history out the way, how are the Nothing Ear Ones and do they live up to that hype? Well, a little bit of a spoiler, they kind of do, and they're pretty much now my favourite earbuds for under £100. Let me explain. So of course we have to start off with the design, and if you've ever used or owned a retro console like a Game Boy or an N64 and you had that purple see-through design, this is going to be right up your street. As you can see, you can look through, see all the circuit boards and all of the intricate details of the earbuds themselves, and it's a completely different design to what you may be used to with maybe AirPods where it's a white enclosed structure, or even something from Sony or Samsung. You don't really have this unique design to it, so straight away when you're wearing them, if people see them, you're going to probably have some questions. I'm actually a pretty big fan of the design overall, and they do fit really nicely into my ear as well. I've always had a slight issue with earbuds. I'm not sure why. The shape of my ears, if it doesn't have a wingtip on it, then they normally come out. I can't use the AirPods or AirPods Pro, for example. It has to be something that has a wingtip or a slightly more unique design, and with the Nothing Ear Ones, although the design is pretty much standard in regards to you've got the earbud, and yes, the white model does look very much like an AirPod Pro, the actual stem itself does help, and the fact they are made completely out of a glossy plastic. I know it might sound a bit strange, but sometimes when you wear them for a long period of time, the fact that the glossy plastic gets maybe a little bit sticky actually helps them staying in your ears. Well, at least they do for me. And the design aspect doesn't stop at the headphones. The case itself is also going to be that clear plastic. Now, some people may or may not like that. It is definitely going to scratch over time. It doesn't have any sort of coating on it to protect it. So if you're going to be using these headphones, do expect the case to, scratch over time. I don't necessarily think it's going to crack very easily. The actual plastic itself does seem very strong, but it is definitely going to pick up those micro scratches, even just from putting it in your pocket. Now, the actual charging is going to be USB-C, of course. You've then got a pairing button, and you've got an LED notification, so you can see exactly what the battery life is going to be like, pairing process, and it does also have wireless charging built on board as well. So if you've got a Qi wireless charging pad anywhere around, lay these down and they'll charge no problem at all. Now also on the case you do have the dimple that's built in. Now this is there to keep the headphones in place, but you can also use it to spin it around much like a fidget toy, so that can get a little bit addictive over time. So now that the polarizing design is out of the way, how do they actually sound? And again, with all the hype around these headphones, was it just based on the design, or do they actually sound pretty good? So on board the earbuds, you've got 11.6mm drivers, and the sound has been engineered by the guys over at Teenage Engineering. Now what that's going to mean is you've got some really good names behind the sound quality and just the overall feel of the earbuds themselves. So again, when you're going through some of the presets that you can get within the app, which we'll go on to in just a moment, noise cancellation, transparency mode, bass, highs, mids, all of that stuff is actually going to sound pretty good. And not just pretty good for a pair of headphones that cost under $100. For me, these actually sound better than some headphones that I've tried that are maybe $150 or even $200, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. I think with Nothing and their brand and the way that they're going to be going, they're going to start to kind of do what OnePlus done originally back in the day, release some really great products, great design, great features, but for a kind of budget price. Now when it comes to the noise cancelling, it isn't the best that I've heard, but it's still pretty good for what you're going to be getting. I've got a pair of LG Tone 3 earbuds, and the noise cancelling, in my ears anyway, does seem a little bit better than what we're going to get on the Ear Ones. However, again, when you take into consideration the price, it does a pretty good job. If you're going to be out travelling, for example, on a train, or you've got that low rumble noise from an air conditioning unit or anything like that, then it's going to do a really good job of that sort of thing. However, if you're out and about and there's a lot of cars going past and things like that, for me, that sound leaked through a little bit more than it did with some other earbuds, but overall the noise cancelling is pretty good. I just wouldn't rely on it 100%. If you really want to kind of get down to some work and kind of block out all of that background noise, then these headphones may not be for you. However, one thing that I think is some of the best that I've heard is the transparency mode. When you actually turn on the transparency mode, yes, okay, you can tell you've got the earbuds in, but it kind of, lets in a lot more sound than I was actually expecting. Now that's not because the seal of the earbuds isn't very good. The actual seal is pretty good, and if you've got noise cancelling turned off completely, it still does a pretty good job of blocking out some of those noises, but just in general, the way that it passes through those outside noises does an extremely good job. If you're going to be using them out and about, you don't need to worry about taking them out to speak to someone in a shop, for example, or if you're getting on public transport, need to buy a ticket, whatever it may be, you don't need to worry about taking the earbuds out, turn on transparency mode, and you've got no problems whatsoever. Now when it comes to battery life, I was actually a little bit disappointed with the Ear Ones. Now don't get me wrong, the battery life overall, including the carrying case, is actually pretty good. However, if you're using them on a long flight, for example, they may not be the best option. You're only going to be getting around 5 hours with the earbuds themselves. Now again, don't get me wrong, you're going to get 34 hours using the actual carrying case itself, but that means that every 5 hours you have to take them out, put them in the case, wait for them to charge, and then you're ready to go again. However, some other earbuds that I've tried, again like the AirPods Pro for example, and some from LG, they do have maybe around 8 to 10 hours without using the case itself, which again is perfect for those long flights, for example. Don't get me wrong, if you're going to be using them just out and about or around the house, for example, or for a short commute, then that 5 hours is definitely going to be plenty, but again, if you're going on maybe a slightly longer journey, then again, maybe think about a different option. And then lastly, like most wireless earbuds these days, you do have a companion app to go alongside it, and with the Ear Ones you've got an app available for both iOS and Android, and the experience is going to be exactly the same across the board, so no exclusive features for Android phones or any exclusive features for the iPhone. It's going to be the same regardless of which OS you're going to be using. In the app itself, it's a little bit basic. You do have some options for the touch controls, however there's no option for a single tap of one of the earbuds. It's a double tap, triple tap, long press, or a swipe up or down, no just single tap for pause, single tap for play. That's going to be a double or triple tap. When you actually go in to edit the options as well for a triple tap, for example, you are a little bit limited in regards to what you can do with regards to skipping song, virtual assistant, and that's pretty much it. When you go into the actual sound options, you do have some of the options for some of the built-in EQs. They are okay, there's only 4 to choose from, but you do then have the option as well in regards to finding the earbuds if you've actually lost them. So again, that sort of thing can come in handy every now and then. And then with the noise cancellation and transparency mode, you've got the option to turn that on or off, choose the way that you want to be using it, and also how powerful that's going to be with high and medium for the noise cancellation. So overall guys, 6 months on and with a ton of competition out there, can I still recommend the Nothing Ear Ones? Well, I would actually say if you haven't got a pair of wireless earbuds right now, these are pretty much the best option out there. When you take into consideration the price to performance, the sound quality, and also that amazing design, I think these are one of the best pair of wireless earbuds that I've used in a very long time. They're definitely going to be going into my everyday carry, they're going to be the earbuds that I'm going to be using moving forward, and if at any point I've got any issues with them, I've also heard that the customer service for Nothing is pretty good as well. However, if you do have any issues or they break, again, £99, not the most expensive earbuds in the world, so again, replacing them, getting the exact same model again, that's a pretty good deal to me. Like I mentioned, they're available in both black and white, so you do have different options to customize it to kind of, how you want to look. If you do want that white design and don't want anyone to say, oh, are they AirPods? No, they're not AirPods, they're the Nothing Ear Ones, then you've got the option to do so, or you can go for the new black model, and again, they will be both linked in the description down below. And that's going to do it guys for this video on the Nothing Ear Ones. If you've got any questions or comments about the Ear Ones, or you've got some yourself and want to let people know how good or maybe how bad they are, let me know in the the comments section down below, and also while you're down there, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed already, now is a great time to do so. We have got some awesome videos coming up very shortly, including a revisit on the Galaxy Watch 4. So again, if that's something you guys want to see, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're notified anytime I post a new video here on the channel. I'm Michael from Copper vs Glass. Thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.